NKCS Art. All right, we're going to be making Heather Galler's still life pictures. Today we're just going to be drawing them in pencil. We'll worry about adding Sharpie and some crayon patterns to them next week. Go ahead and pick out a template if you're in my classroom. You don't have to use one of the templates for your pot. You can just make up your own little vase. Just remember you want it fairly large so that it takes up a good amount of space. It's kind of your subject of the picture. When you draw your vase, you're going to want to leave a lot of room up here for flowers. So I might even move it a little bit further down so that I can build my flowers up on the top. And then I'm going to take my pencil and trace around my flower pot. Again, I'm using Sharpie, but I would like you guys to use pencil. The Sharpie just helps it be more visible on the projector. Once you get your flower pot traced, you can put that away. The next thing we're going to want to do is add like a tabletop that the flower pot is sitting on. So a horizon line in the back going horizontal, just like this picture right here. Notice how I did a few patterns in Sharpie, but a lot of the patterns I did in crayon. So I think when I do my tabletop today, I'm going to leave a lot of it white inside and just use my crayons next week when we go to fill in some color and have some colorful patterns in the background. I don't want to use just too much, just black for my pattern designs. I think it looks a little bit better with some color patterns in there. So I'm going to leave these white and fill them in next week. Next, I'm going to work on my vase. I think I'm going to finish the top part that goes across. I gave you examples in class that show you some patterns and stuff you could put on your vase. You don't have to use these patterns, but they're there to give you some ideas. So now let me finish the top of this. And I think on the bottom I'm going to do checkerboard. I like the checkerboard pattern just because there's so many big spaces I could fill in with crayon patterns next week when we do this. On the top I think I'm going to put some big zigzags and maybe a few polka dots. And I'm going to make them like open polka dots so I can color those in next week. And then on the top I'm just going to add some flowers. I've given you some examples of some flowers. You don't have to use these. Again, they're just there to give you ideas and help you out in that way. So what you're going to do is pick out some flowers and start drawing them in your vase. You want to draw them big, nice big flowers that you can easily add patterns into with crayon and then also with some watercolor when we work on these on the final week. So go ahead and use your pencil and start drawing your flowers. You can make them each different. Just be creative when you're doing these. Take your time. I'm going to fill these in. Now when it overlaps that flower, I'm just going to kind of draw it like it's behind it and not go over the lines. So it kind of looks like one flower's in front of the other. I'm going to build it up even higher. So back here in the background, I'm going to do another large flower. Again, the other ones in front of it overlap it, so I just kind of made the line disappear behind them. And let's see, I think I'm going to just do some leaves now. Or actually one more flower might work here. Kind of a different flower like a tulip. Alright, now I'm going to add some leaves into my flower pot. Notice on my flowers I do a little bit of patterns with my Sharpie, but again I left a lot of big open spaces where I can add patterns in next week to give my picture a little bit more color and a little bit more interest. You can do designs on the wallpaper if you want to. I wouldn't really do too many things. Maybe like a pattern heart polka dot wall or something. But we will fill that in with watercolors when we work on this on the last day. So this is kind of what it will look like whenever you're finished after we filled it in with crayons next week.